everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany Benson, one part of Team Benson, and today we are going to talk all about starts. So if you guys are new to my channel, big welcome. I am Tiffany. I have a desert garden here in the lovely state of Arizona in the middle of the city. So it's a city desert garden. I'm in zone 9B and I try and grow a completely organic garden in a small space, and I try and produce as much food as possible to feed me and my husband. And for those of you guys that are already subscribed, thank you so much for the support. I love you all. So I'm going to talk today about starts, and particular starts that are coming from the garden centers or from box stores. So I'm going to take you guys to Home Depot because I feel like that's going to be a place that majority of people have in their area, and we're going to look at some starts so we can see do's and don'ts of starts. So guys, when it comes to picking starts, you want to make sure that you're picking stuff for your season. Right now here in Arizona, they have starts such as cabbage and spinach, dill, and celery. Those are not, and lettuce, those are not the season that we are in right now. So buying those would be a waste of your money. Stick to things like maybe some Greek oregano, maybe some spearmint, and even cooler, look guys, they even have echinacea. That's something that maybe I will pick up since my echinacea is sprouting so super slowly. Now let's talk about picking up plants that are not super mature. So you don't want a plant that is already flowering or is too tall or maybe misshapen or anything like that. The younger the better, especially when it comes to things like zucchinis or squashes or melons or anything like that. Having 3 or 4 zucchinis in a pot isn't going to do you any good because you're going to have to pick one. Unlike if you were to have 2 peppers in a pot, you can separate those. Squashes, your melons, your zucchinis, they don't like their roots disturbed. So speaking of not having roots disturbed, it might be really tempting to get yourself a patty pan that looks like this and it already is sprouting out a bunch of new leaves, versus getting yourself another plant that looks like this where only the first 2 leaves have come. You will have a better chance at planting a lot of your winter or your summer vegetables like your squashes and your melons and your cucumbers and different things like that if you start with plants this size versus starting with plants that are already this size, because these roots are already starting to get bound, especially if you have 3 plants in there, versus these roots that are really still small. So you can select the strongest one and plant that, and it'll have a better chance at being super strong in your garden. So these are the starts I came back with. I found a purple cone echinacea. I got what is this one? A crookneck heirloom squash, since my crookneck decided to die. And then I got a straight neck heirloom squash. And then I also got another watermelon, since I only had 1 watermelon in my yard, or my group of startings. And then I got flowers, since I never start flowers on my own. I always just kind of get them at the store. So I get starts for a couple of reasons. One, I only have so much growing space inside my townhome. So a lot of times I'll grow some of the major things that I want to get, and then outside of that, I'll just go get some starts to fill in the rest of the blank spots. I started some watermelons on my own, but I do have room in that big bed because I'm going to make that big patio bed completely just melons. I have room for more watermelons. So instead of not having the space and worrying about it, I just bought some additional watermelon plants. Also, sometimes I start things that maybe didn't germinate, or they're missing that season, for that time of the season that I need to start getting them in the ground. So I don't have time to go back and redo it, like this purple echinacea. My echinacea is super tiny. Like, it only has the first opening leaves, not even the true leaves yet. And I don't want that to burn up in the Arizona sun. So I just went and got one that was already started, that'll at least have that time to get in the ground and establish itself before it hits like 105 degrees, which is gonna be hot. And then third, sometimes there are plants that I don't want to buy whole seed packets of because I don't know if I'm going to like them. So maybe I just need one of it so I can try it and know if I want to be fully committed to it later on. So those are the reasons why I buy starts. You guys might have different reasons. If you have different reasons, put them down below and let me see why you guys are getting starts. Now, when you guys bring home your starts, you don't want to put them directly into your bed. I put mine in isolation. So basically my patio table, I stick them all on there and let them kind of just get used to my backyard. That will also let me know if any of them have any bugs or insects in them, because they will really start to show themselves when you take them out of their environment and put them in a different environment. Then you'll start seeing if maybe all the leaves go or if there's something hatches or anything like that. You will notice it. So I put mine in quarantine for about 2 days before I then put them into the ground, where they will be with the rest of my starts that I already have in there. So it's turning out to be a super windy day in Arizona, and I'm gonna head inside before my allergies kick in. But until next time, make sure you guys are growing yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye guys.